Something, Neil. I was doing all this so fast, I never actually pushed the go live button in YouTube.
Oh.
Welcome to Mustang Field, where we are at the end of the third inning, a 2-1 ball game between the Trinity Christian Academy Eagles and your Wekiva Mustangs. My name is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, joined by Neil Fisher from the Apopka Chief. We apologize for the late starts to today's game. We unfortunately lost the first 3 innings on the live stream due to some equipment technical difficulties, but we are live now, and we are looking forward to bringing you the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th innings here from Mustang Field on Thursday night softball action. Earlier tonight, we had our teacher appreciation ceremony. We look forward to getting some pictures and video from that online a little bit later. And we are looking forward to bringing you the rest of this game. We've got a close one so far. We had an RBI in the last half inning. That was hit by Thompson, who is also the starting pitcher tonight, as she sent Delgado home to put the Mustangs on the board. And so that has narrowed it to a 1-run lead, and we are going to be headed into the top of the 4th here in just a moment. As we enter the top of the 4th inning, the Eagles will start in the 7th position of their lineup with second baseman number 11, Beckett. And we almost have our scoreboard ready, so we'll put that up in just a moment. Meanwhile, you can see it in the background there on your camera feed.
And so a 2-1 score, as Mark just mentioned. I'm Neil Fisher. I'd also like to say thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. Wekiva coming in with a 1-3 record, so certainly they have some work to do. And certainly a victory would go a long way as we move into the middle parts of the season. Trinity Christian comes in with a 1-2 records themselves. And as you heard Mark say, this is number 11, Beckett, stepping into the plate to lead off the 4th. She'll be followed by the right fielder Toman and then the center fielder Harris. So I'll go over the starting lineup here. Leading off is Morass, the shortstop. Batting second is McDermott, the pitcher. Catcher is Lowe. Third baseman Manzano. First baseman Pamalis. Designated player is Morass as first pitch swinging. That'll go out of play. 0-1 count now to the leadoff hitter, Beckett. After Beckett again, Toman, Harris, and then Rosado, the flex player in left field tonight. And she looks at ball 1-1 count. Your defensive lineup for Wekiva, Camellia behind the plate. That's Camellia Delgado behind the plate. Shown at first, Ramus at second in the hole. Shortstop, the other Delgado, Yamelia. And at the hot corners, Garcia as a swing and a miss. And that'll be 1-2-3 pitch. So, excuse me, there was actually no balls on that. And couldn't ask for a better start for Thompson and the Mustangs here at the top of the 4th. So your outfield left to right, Chavez, Jones, and Thomas. That's the defensive lineup. And now stepping into bat is Toman, the right fielder. Once again on the mound for Wekiva is Thompson, and she induces the hit right over to the first baseman. That's showing 2 up, 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. Exactly what Wekiva needed. So by the way, Toman's still looking for her first hit of the ball game. For her first hit of the season. And now stepping in is Harris, the center fielder, who is batting .250. 1 for 4. She drops the bunt, going to try to squeeze her way on, speed her way on. No dice. Give credit to the second baseman. Ramos played it perfectly, came up, scooped it up, and to toss the first.
Will take us to the middle of the 4th inning. 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left on base. The score remains 2-1 at the end of 3.5.
And welcome back to Mustang Field. We begin the bottom of the fourth inning. The visiting Trinity Christian Academy Eagles out of Deltona with the 2-1 lead over Wekiva Mustangs. Wekiva cutting the lead in half at the last inning, bottom of the third. See if they can continue to put some runs up, at the very least tie the ball game here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And leading off will be Garcia, and she looks at strike or ball one. She'll be followed by Thomas and then Jones. And on the mound is Nicole McDermott. And not the way that McDermott or the Eagles wanted to start this inning. So a runner at first for Wekiva, nobody out. And that's how they began the bottom of the third inning. Got their first three batters on, all with infield singles, actually. So now 2 consecutive innings in which the Wekiva's got their leadoff hitter on. 2-1 score, bottom of the fourth, nobody out. Leadoff hitter getting on base. And we got a stoppage as the catcher, that's Lowe, needs a couple of minutes. So the starting lineup, your defensive lineup for Trinity Christian, as I just mentioned, Lowe behind the plate, Pamalis at first, Beckett at second. In the hole, shortstop Morass, Manzano. Over at the hot corner, third base, and your outfielder left to right, Rosado, Harris, and Tolman. Due up this inning for Wekiva, Garcia led off. She was hit by the pitch. Now up is Thomas, then Jones, and Chavez, the number 9 hitter. So Wekiva trying to even this ball game, even the score with the bottom of its lineup. 2-1 score in the bottom of the fourth inning from Mustang Field. Both these teams need a win. Wekiva comes in 1-3. Trinity Christian 1-2 as McDermott gets her sign. Bunt laid down. It's a beauty. And it will be efficient. Gets the job done. Moving over to second is Garcia on the sacrifice bunt by Thomas. So now runner at second base in scoring position with 1 out for Jones. In the bottom of the fourth, Wekiva trailing 2-1. And this foul, Jones laying down another bunt, a second consecutive bunt. And that was actually a break for Trinity Christian. That would have been all kinds of trouble, most likely a base hit, even if Manzano picked that ball up and fired to first. So an 0-1 count. Make that 0-2. So that takes the bunt off the table for Jones. Runner at second in the fourth inning with 1 out. Inside, close, but laying off Thomas, which will bring the count to 1-2. Make that 2-2 count. Hit high, but right back to the second baseman. And that's 2 outs as Beckett scoops that out of the air. And the runner at second will remain there. So 2 outs now as Chavez steps into the plate. And she hits that ball high, but that's going to fall safely into foul territory. Actually hit the cage, covering the dugout. Chavez, the number 9 hitter. Now looking at an 0-1 count. And a stoppage. Coach Williams discussing the matter with our umpire. Not sure what exactly the discussion is about, but nonetheless, a stoppage. So an 0-1 count to Chavez. Two runs put up on the board in the bottom of the second by Trinity Christian. They hold a 2-1 lead now. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Wekiva scoring its lone run in the bottom of the third inning, cutting that lead in half. So I'm Neil Fisher, and of course the site is Mustang Field here on the southeast side of Apopka, right next to the 429. As a matter of fact, you can see that. That's the road right behind those lights in the scoreboard. And now we're getting some questioning. It looks like it's about the lineup. They've called Coach Griffin over to discuss the matter. So Wekiva coming in with a 1-3 record. Losing to Mount Dora Christian Academy, Olympia, and actually Olympia twice. And their lone victory coming against Evans. A rather lengthy stoppage here at Mustang Field. Of course, tonight was Teacher Appreciation Night, and that was, unfortunately, we could not videotape that for you. So it looks like all the discussions are over, and we'll get back to work. A 2-1 lead for Trinity Christian. We are in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at second base. That is Garcia at second base. And at the plate is Chavez, the left fielder, the number 9 hitter. I'm Neil Fisher. And an 0-1 count to Chavez. And Nicole McDermott pitching for Trinity Christian. Well, back to work we go. Low and inside. That'll even the count at 1-1. Contact, whips that ball past the third baseman, and there will be no turn from Chavez, smartly holding up. But the inning does continue. Runners at first and third now. Still 2 out, and Yamilia Delgado will come up the shortstop with 2 outs. Delgado at the top of the lineup. She got an infield single her last time at bat. Again, Wekiva scored its lone run in that top of or bottom of the third, and Delgado had a lot to do with that. Kept the lineup moving as she looks at ball 1. The runners at first and third, 2 outs. In the bottom of the fourth, that ball slapped. It's going to be close at first. And unable to run out, beat the throws, Delgado. So runner at third base, Wekiva cannot get her in, and that brings the fourth inning to an end. Neither team scoring. Score remains 2-1 as we head into the top of the 5th inning.
No runs scored on no hits with no Eagle errors, and the run does not score there at the end. It takes us to the end of the 4th inning as the score remains 2-1 Eagles.
We begin the 5th inning. The home-standing Wekiva Mustangs looking at a deficit, a 2-1 score. Trinity Christian putting its 2 runs across home plate in the 3rd inning, and that has held up so far. And due up for Trinity Christian, they go back to the top of the order. It will be Morass, the shortstop, McDermott, the pitcher, and Lowe, the catcher. As Thompson continues on the mound for Wekiva. So thank you again for joining us on Thursday night. And actually, excuse me, it was 1 run put up in the first and the second by Trinity Christian to get that 2-0 lead, which of course Wekiva then cut to 2-1 in their 3rd inning. And so Thompson begins this top of the 5th. Need a 1-2-3 inning, and that is not going to be the way it's going to go. As Morass all the way up against the fence. She's rounding second and will cruise into 3rd. Nope. Oh, big long turn there at 3rd base, but she holds up. So a leadoff triple, certainly perfect way to start this 5th inning for Trinity Christian. Now Wekiva has the decision. Do you sacrifice the run for the out? You're getting late in this game, 5th inning already, so a 3-1 deficit might be too much to come back from, given the low score tonight. As ball 1, that's McDermott, the pitchers.
Morass has the triple. She's safe at 3rd now. At the plate is pitcher number 2, McDermott.
And the pitch, that'll be inside, 2-0 count. McDermott steps back in. Delivery from Thompson, quick throw down the 3rd base. Morass gets back in plenty of time. 2-1 score for St. for Trinity Christian as ball or strike one. That'll run the count to 2-1. Much needed strike, by the way. Don't want to face a 3-0 count on your number 2 hitter with a runner at third base. Critical point in the game with that runner at third base. This ball slapped down third base, and that'll even the count at 2-2. And remember, there's nobody out, so certainly the advantage right now to Trinity Christian. Not only the advantage in terms of what they can do, but the number, pretty much the book wide open, and that's not what they want to do, but that looked like for a second there that Maras was going to try to score, but she holds. So that's an unproductive out. 5-3. Garcia with the throw. And that'll bring up number 10. Lowe, the catcher, 1 out and a runner at third base. So the pitch from Thompson, Lowe. Now batting, number 10, catcher, Lowe. So 1-0 count to Lowe. And she hits that ball softly back to the pitcher, Thompson. Out! At the plate, exactly what the doctor ordered for Wekiva. The tag at home plate, that's 2 outs. Now batting, number 1, third baseman, Manzano. So couldn't ask for a better situation if you're Wekiva. As they get the runner at third base out. Second out, so you're only 1 out from getting out of this inning with no damage done. Again, a 2-1 score. As Manzano will step in. Runner at first, 2 outs. As Thompson gets her signal, goes back to work. Low and inside, ball 1. So Wekiva's defense coming up big when they need it most. Erasing the runner from third base. And of course that's important because there was nobody out. The leadoff triple from Maras. That'll be ball 2. 2-0 count. We are in the top of the 5th inning from Mustang Field. 2-1 score. Trinity Christian with that lead. And that'll even the count at 2, or cut the count to 2-1 as that ball sliced foul. The sinker from Thompson. Manzano getting her sign from her coach Williams. Was Trinity Christian from Deltona. And the delivery, that's into left field. And the out, Chavez doing a nice job of getting underneath that ball for making the quick out. And that brings what could have been a disastrous 3rd inning to an end, 2-1. Excuse me, 5th inning. Score is still 2-1 as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning here at Mustang Field.
And we have reached the middle of the 5th inning, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the 5th inning stretch. So stand up, stretch your legs, and join us now for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Mustangs. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. As we enter the bottom of the 5th inning, the Mustangs will begin in the 3rd position of their lineup with catcher number 15, Canelo Delgado. Welcome back to Mustang Field. 2-1 has been the score for a while here. Pitch away, it's inside for ball 1. 1-1 count here for Delgado. Mustangs trailing by 1. Of course, regulation high school game will be 7 innings. Wekiva has 1 to make up here. Pitch away, that one she'll swing at. It's headed toward the infield. Infield fly catch is made by Morass, and that puts 1 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, pitcher number 13, Jador Thompson. Thompson takes the first pitch, and it is a race to first base, but the throw is made from Morass to Pernalis, and that will put 2 away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, DP number 33, Whitted. First pitch inside for ball 1. Second pitch is high for ball 2. Pitch number 3 is on the low side of the strike zone. Wooded will take a swing at that one, and it's late for strike 1. 2-1 count here. The bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs. Outside ball, 31 count coming up here for Whitted. It's low, and Whitted takes her base. Next to the plate for the Mustangs, third baseman, number 23, Ariane Garcia. First pitch is inside for ball one.
So the 1-0 pitch now, and that'll even the count at 1-1. A nice hack there by Garcia. Unfortunately, unable to make contact, get total contact. That'll even the count at 1-1. Back to work, McDermott goes. Inside pitch, quick throw down to first base. That was close. And Whitted gets back. A 2-1 count now. 2 outs, bottom of the fifth. 2-1 deficit being faced by Wekiva. Trinity Christian Academy the opponent. And that'll bring the count to 3-1. So Garcia steps back in, the 3-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth, runner at first, and we're going to go to full. So Whitted down at first base will be running. And McDermott delivers just a bit inside. Great eye there from Garcia laying off that close pitch. And that'll bring runners at first and second. Garcia draws the walk, putting runners at first and second base. Now up to bat, number 34, the right fielder, Thomas. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. As Thomas steps in, Thomas laying down a very beautiful sacrifice bunt her last time up. And did the job, getting the runner from first base down to second. And unfortunately, the runner was stranded there, but she did her job. So now Thomas steps in. McDermott delivers, and that ball chopped just in front of home plate to the left. And it's a wild throw. Rounding third is Whitted, and she scores. We're tied at 2-2. Here comes another opportunity. That's Garcia. She goes, nope. She does not slide. No need to. And a 3-2 lead for Wekiva on the air. Garcia and Whitted score. That brings the lead to 3-2 in favor of Wekiva. Runner on second base. And now at bat, number 21, center fielder, Jones. So a 3-2 lead for Wekiva as Jones steps in and looks at ball one. And that pitch is just inside. McDermott asking why it wasn't a strike. Nonetheless, that brings the count to 2-0. Wekiva now with the lead, first time tonight on a 2-base error. Mighty swing for Jones, unable to connect. That'll cut the lead to, or the count to 2-1. So give Thomas an infield single as the count now goes to 3-1. The 2 runs were scored on the air, so no RBIs. But, of course, they count all the same on the scoreboard as the count now 3-2. Oh, that was a ball, excuse me. So that brings runners at first and second. Jones draws the walk. That puts runners at first and second with 2 outs. And now batting, number 11, the left fielder, Chavez. And so in the meantime, we have a stoppage here as there's a discussion at the mound. To not appear, Coach Williams is going to take McDermott out. McDermott has picked 12, even though they're trailing. Only 1 run was earned. Of course, remember the 2 runs coming in this inning are unearned. They were a throwing error, which allowed both of the runners to round third base and score. So certainly McDermott has done her job. And stepping into the plate is the number 9 hitter, Chavez, the left fielder. She singled her last at-bat in the 4th inning. We're in the bottom of the 5th as McDermott delivers. Ball hit squarely. Oh, and it hit the ankle of Thomas, so that is runner interference. That ball probably would have gone into the outfield. You can certainly hear the tone pick up here at Mustang Field, and just as quickly it ended. Runner interference as the ball hit the runner's ankle. That is an out and brings the 5th inning to a conclusion. However, Wekiva scores twice on 2 walks, 3 walks, a hit, and an error, and take a 3-2 lead into the 6th inning. So about to begin the 6th inning, and Wekiva, if you just joined us between innings, a very exciting 5th inning for Wekiva. Was not the prettiest, but they got the job done. 2 runs, both were unearned actually, which we'll get into in a minute. And for the first time tonight against Trinity Christian, Wekiva has a 3-2 lead as we head into the 6th inning. Coming up to bat for Trinity Christian, it will be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Palmalis, the first baseman, Maras, the designated player, and Beckett, the second baseman. So the first 2 batters in the bottom of the 5th inning hit into outs. Then McDermott, the pitcher for Trinity Christian, giving up a couple of walks, an infield single, and that infield single would have loaded the bases. However, a wild throw allowed both Whitted and Garcia to make the turn at third base and come in and turn a 2-1 deficit into a 3-2 lead. And now we begin the top of the 6th inning with that 3-2 lead. Wekiva with that lead. We begin the top of the 6th inning. Wekiva with the 3-2 lead. Leading off for Trinity Christian is number 12, first baseman Palmalis. So Palmalis steps in. And she hits the first pitch. That gets over the second baseman. That's Ramus. And 1 up, 1 on. Palmalis leads off the 6th inning with the soft single into center field. That puts a runner at first base, no outs. And now batting for Trinity Christian, number 4, Maras, the designated player. So runner at first base in this 3-2 game. So Maras getting some last-minute instructions from Coach Williams. That's the delay. Now that discussion is ended, Maras steps into the plate, into the batter's box. actually, that's a pinch hitter. So an 0-1 count. And that pitch hitter is actually Liga Winters. Down to second base. Unable to hold on to that ball is Delgado. And that'll put a runner at second base with nobody out in the top of the 6th inning. 3-2 lead for Wekiva, trying to close out this game. They took the lead in the bottom of the 5th, scoring a couple of runs. Scored their other run in the 3rd. Trinity Christian scoring solo runs in the 1st and the 2nd inning. As Thompson gets her signal way out ahead of that pitch, and that's 3 up, 3 down, or 3 strikes. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. Best case scenario for Thompson and the Mustangs. The swinging strikeout. That's the first out of the inning. Now batting number 11, second baseman Beckett. So Beckett steps in, immediately hits the ball hard, but right to the shortstop. Delgado, who goes wild over first base. And fortunately for Wekiva, there is not going to be an attempt to score from third base. That would be Palmalis. Second base is taking on the error, though. Beckett records a single. Each runner takes an extra base on the throwing error. Runners now at first and second, and that brings to the plate number 8, right fielder, Toman. So Toman steps up now with runners at first and third, and only 1 out. Drops the bunt, suicide, no play at the plate. They try it anyway. And we are tied at 3-3. Toman successful on the suicide squeeze. That ties the score at 3-3 in the top of the 6th. Runners now at first and third. And now batting number 6, center fielder Harris. So runners at first and third, which is what we had before that play started. Give the RBI and a single both to Toman, even though the throw home was wild. The run was scored anyway. So quite frankly, a mistake by Thompson. Should have gone to first. With that, had an opportunity to get the out at first. Like I said, that brings up Harris. And her first pitch is up high. Oh, it's a 1-0 count. We are in the top of the 6th, a 3-3 ball game. It's been back and forth now, 3 lead changes. Trinity Christian, who is at the plate, scored a solo run in the 1st and the 2nd. Has another attempted bunt. This is going to be foul. Everybody back to your assigned bases. And that will even the count at 1-1 with 1 out. Wekiva cut the lead to 2-1 in the 3rd inning. They took the lead 3-2, scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And now Trinity Christian has answered, tying the game. So far, 1 run in this inning. We are tied at 3-3 as Harris steps in against Thompson. Both pitchers going the distance. And that's a bunt, fly ball, back to third. Score the double play. And just that quickly, Wekiva is out of the inning. The rally is no more. So a mistake by Trinity Christian, and Wekiva takes advantage of it, getting out of that inning. We are tied at 3-3, heading into the bottom of the 6th inning. The attempted bunt results in a soft fly ball and a double play as the tag at third base. At the end of 5.5 innings, Trinity Christian 3, Wekiva 3.
Switch the camera. It's this button right
Oh, okay.
You want to plug in the third. I found. Turns out that he didn't walk off with all the stuff.
Which I just screwed
Draw
up.
the line, score, then do next half inning, empty the bases, and put the scoreboard down.
Okay. So we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a new ball game at 3-3. And leading off will be Chavez. We go back to the top of the order with Yamelia Delgado as we look at ball 1. And then Schoen, the third batter, due up this inning. Wekiva looking for a second victory of the season. Actually, both teams looking for their second victory of the season. And a mighty hack from Schoen, only able to get a piece of the ball. That'll even the count at 1-1. So McDermott, the pitcher for Trinity Christian, has gone the distance. She's only given up 1 earned run. Delivers another bunt, and this is a beauty. Quick throw to first. Not in time. Give Chavez her third single of the night, leading off the 6th inning. Chavez reaches first base on the bunt. That'll bring up Yamelia Delgado, number 5, shortstop. Oh. So that's Schoen at the plate, and she lays down the sacrifice bunt. Schoen, sacrifice bunt, runner at second, 1 out. So that was Schoen at the plate. And now batting is the other Delgado. She lays down a bunt, third consecutive bunt. And throw home. No tag yet. Safe. So delayed call. Actually, no call made. And we're going to have a stoppage. In the meantime, though, it does look like the initial call is that the run did score. Delgado scores on the sacrifice bunt, and that puts Wekiva in the lead, 4-3. Now batting, number 13, pitcher Thompson. So given RBI to Delgado on the bunt sacrifice. And the 4-3 lead over to the second baseman, Beckett, who scoops that up, throws the first, and gets him out of the inning. But Wekiva has positioned itself to get its second win of the season on small ball. A couple of singles, a couple of sacrifice bunts, and Wekiva has a 4-3 lead heading into the top of the seventh. The ground ball brings the bottom of the sixth inning to an end. However, Wekiva scores a run to take a 4-3 lead. That run is scored on one hit, a couple sacrifice bunts. We head to the top of the seventh inning. Again, Wekiva 4-3 lead. Due up in the top of the seventh inning, number 13, Maras, the shortstop, number 2, McDermott, the pitcher, and number 10, Lowe, the catcher. So Wekiva with the 4-3 inning as we begin the seventh inning, and that is Maras at the plate, now looking at the 3-0 count. Wekiva nursing a one-run lead. And that'll bring the count to 3-1. And that'll run the count to 3-2, a full count. So still on the mound is Thompson. She's gone the distance. And Maras will stay up at the plate, fighting to stay in there. I can't figure out how to get the batter switch. The team switch. I know, but I don't know how to get. I pitch the next inning. So the leadoff walk to Maras. And that'll bring up McDermott, the pitcher. First pitch from Thompson. That goes out of bounds over the dugout. So an 0-1 count. McDermott to start off. An 0-1 count on McDermott. Start off this at bat. It's 4-3. And that slaps it, finds the hole just beyond the reach of Delgado, a sliding Delgado. And now Trinity Christian's got something to start the seventh inning. Runners at first and second with nobody out. And that'll bring up number 10, Lowe, the catcher. Again, runners at first and second, nobody out. Thompson gets her signal. The delivery. This ball hit hard, and it's going to find the wall. Drops in fair territory. 1 run in, and the hold signal to the runner rounding third. That was McDermott, and we are tied once again, 4th time tonight. This time at 4-4. 3 batters up in the top of the 7th and 3 hits for Trinity Christian to tie this game at 4-4. I don't know what the count was.
No, I'm talking about the runs, the line score. Should it be 1 run in the 6th and 1 in the 7th?
Yes.
Is that right now?
Yes. So Manzano steps in, the third baseman, and she looks at ball 1. Quick throw down to third base. McDermott gets in safely, sliding in safely. So a 2-0 count now to the cleanup hitter Mazzano. 2 runners aboard, second and third. Already 1 run in the top of the 7th, erasing a 4-3 deficit for Trinity Christian. This has been a back and forth game. We've had 4 lead changes and 4 ties. Swing and a miss. Much needed by Thompson in the Mustangs. That'll bring the count to 2-1. So Manzano steps back into the plate. Looking at that 2-1 count. It's high behind the plate. 1 out. Delgado, nice job of tracking that ball down and getting the easy out, the give me out. So good news is they get the first out, much needed out. Bad news is it's only the first out.
1 away now for the Eagles. Next at the plate for TCA. First baseman number 12, Pomales.
So Pomales steps in and she looks at ball 1. Runners at second and third with that 1 out. A 4-3 lead has disappeared here at the top of the 7th. We are tied at 4-4. Wekiva Trinity Christian. As the fake throw by Delgado. 2-0 count now. Amarat Pomales, a hitter's count. And that'll make, that is a strike. So late signal there by our umpire. That'll even the count at 2-2. Actually, excuse me, it's a 2-1 count. Check swing, quick throw down to third base. And that will bring the count to 2-2. Pomales getting some last minute instruction from Coach Williams. Steps back into the plate. 4-4. Top of the 7th inning from Mustang Field. Thompson gets her sign, delivers. Strike. The swing and the miss. And that couldn't have gone any better for Wekiva. So certainly exactly what the doctor ordered. 2 outs now. Runners.
Thompson records the strikeout, put 2 away for the Eagles. Runners remain at second and third. Next at the plate for TCA, checking into the lineup, number 7, Winters.
Winters batted the last time. So Winters, who came into the game in the 6th inning as a pinch hitter, stays in the lineup. And she comes in with 2 outs. Runners at second and third base. In this 4-4 ball game in the top of the 7th from Mustang Field. It's been a good one, folks. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday night. We've had 4 lead changes and 4 ties. Both pitchers have gone the distance. That's Thompson for Wekiva, who's on the mound now. McDermott for Trinity Christian. And now we got a pinch runner coming in at second base. That is that 9?
Martinez is in as a courtesy runner at second.
So as you heard my partner, Mark Archie, say, that's Martinez now pinch running at second base. And certainly she's important. If she does come in and score, as the count goes 0-1 on Winters. If Martinez is able to score, that would mean a 2-run lead for Trinity Christian. Pitch from Thompson, and that catches the inside corner, so an 0-2 count. Now on Winters. And Thompson looking for that third strike. She gets it, the swing and the miss.
Thompson records a swinging strikeout, and that takes us to the middle of the 7th inning. Looks like we're going to have a photo finish in this contest. 4-4 is your score. The Mustangs have an opportunity for a walk-off victory as we head into the bottom of the 7th.
So a rough start there to the start of that 7th inning. Trinity Christian takes advantage, ties the score at 4-4, but give Thompson credit. She ends the inning with 2 convincing strikeouts, the swinging strikeouts to be exact. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th and see if Wekiva can walk off the victory. 4-4. Well, we begin the bottom of the 7th inning, 4-4, Trinity Christian and Wekiva. Wekiva at the plate, and that is Whitted starting it off on the attempted bunt, and no success there. Morass, the shortstop, picking that ball up. Nice throw over to first. One
Play
up,
is
one
made
down.
by Pomales at first for the ground out. One away for the Mustangs. Next at the plate for Wekiva, third baseman, number 23, Garcia.
Thomas due up after Garcia. That's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters as she looks at ball one. That was the first baseman who fielded the ball? I thought it was the first baseman. Oh, it was two, okay. Contact into center field, and that's going to drop in for Garcia. So Wekiva gets the go-ahead run on base with one out.
Garcia drops the hit into center field. And next at the plate for the Mustangs will be right fielder, number 34, T.T. Thomas.
And so Thomas will step in with that runner at first base, one out. Go ahead, that runner at first is the winning run. We are in the bottom of the seventh, and a swing foul, chop that ball foul. So strike begins the Thomas at bat. Thomas with an infield single in her last at bat, the fifth inning. And of course, 2 runs came in. There was a throwing error from Manzano as she hits the ball again, foul, 0-2 count. And though that throwing error allowed Wekiva to take a 3-2 lead at the time, we are now tied at 4-4. Opportunity for Wekiva to walk off this victory. It would be their second of the season. They are 1-3. Their lone victory coming against Evans. As McDermott gets her sign. And another foul ball. This count remains 0-2. We are at Mustang Field on the southeast side of Apopka, right next to 429. So McDermott delivers, and she loses the batter. And that'll put runners on first and second. So the 0-2 count goes for naught.
Thomas advances to first. That pushes Garcia to second. Next at the plate for the Mustangs, center fielder number 21, Lily Jones.
Jones will come up after drawing a walk in the fifth inning. She comes up with runners at first and second and only one out as well. See if the bunt's in play. Nope. She looks at ball one. So Garcia at second base. She is the winning run, the walk-off run as well. Thomas at first does not matter in terms of the final score. It does matter that she kept the lineup moving with her hit batsman as the count now goes 2-0. Well, McDermott back to work in the bottom of the seventh, and that'll be a 3-0 count now. So again, same situation as Thomas. If Jones is able to get on here, she does not really matter in terms of the score, but it does matter that the batting lineup will continue to move forward with only one out. And she will not draw that walk as she takes a cut. 3-1 count now. Wekiva trying to win this game in the bottom of the seventh. It's been a good one. 4 lead changes, 4 ties. Ball 4. And now the bases are loaded with one out. That will bring up the number 9 hitter, Chavez, who has gotten a base hit the last 3 times at bat.
Bases now loaded for left fielder number 11, Paola Chavez.
So again, Chavez steps in. She's gotten 3 base hits her last 3 at bats. And McDermott, who's pitched a very solid game, could lose this. Ball hit, first strike, and it'll fall safely into foul territory, although I think Wekiva would have been better off if that ball had been caught by Toman. certainly would have been a play at the play, and Tolman was running across her, would have had to throw the ball across her body on the attempted tag. In any case, an 0-1 count now to Chavez. The fans are on their feet here at Mustang Field on this Thursday afternoon. Wekiva trying to walk off this victory. Soft fly ball, and it's going to drop into center field. And Garcia crosses home plate.
Garcia has the walk-off victory run for the Mustangs on the RBI from Paola Chavez, and the Mustangs will take a 5-4 win on Teacher Appreciation Day.
So just out of the reach of the second baseman Beckett and Harris, and it drops in, and Wekiva takes the 5-4 victory, a game that saw 5 lead changes and 4 ties. Wekiva walks it off for his second victory of the season. Mark, take us to the finish line.
1 run scored on 1 hit with no Eagle errors. Left on base doesn't matter for that half inning. This final score, 5 runs on 5 hits with 2 Eagle errors. Eagles 4 runs on 7 hits with 1 Mustang error. 5-4 the final score. The Mustangs taking the victory here on Thursday night softball action. We'd like to thank all of our Eagle fans as well as our Mustang fans for coming out to support your softball teams this evening. Special thanks also to those of you who joined us on YouTube or the NFHS network. This game will remain available for on-demand replay afterwards as well. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube at Wekiva Sports, and bookmark WekivaMustangs.com for all your scores, schedules, and more. Those of you here in the ballpark, please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Those of you watching online, please subscribe before you go. For Neil Fisher, this is Mark Barchi, the voice of the Mustangs, wishing you a good night from south of Popka.